welcome to the Berea Podcast. This is Troy.
This is Della.
And Della, I took you out for a night on the town Friday night, didn't I?
You did, yes, in a very 1950s version of a night on the town. I don't know why you did. Maybe I took you out for a night on the town. We drove along in the car together.
True.
But we took our child.
And family friends.
And her friend.
It was super fun. We went to the newly opened Smokin' Jack's Barbecue Shack. I want to give you our review of the wonderful evening we had there, right?
Yep. It was fun. There you go. We're done.
We're going to go into much more detail than that because there are lots of things to point out and share for people to have a lovely time just like we did. What did you eat, dear?
So I ordered the pulled chicken barbecue sandwich and the red potato salad. It was very good. My potato salad was very good. And the pulled chicken barbecue was good. I like my barbecue a little more vinegary and a little wetter. But it was good. But I prefer mine that way. But
you had control over how much sauce you
I did. I did. It was good. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, yes, it was good.
Okay. I ordered the half slab of ribs. And these were ribs, honestly, like I have not had before. Because they were long and huge. My last time that I had ribs was simply from a supermarket that's about 12 miles up the road. And they make it as you walk into the store. This is far, far superior to that. With so much meat on it that I actually shared it with the child. She got enough that she felt sasatisfied.
But she also had her own sandwich, though, which she liked.
We didn't keep her under the table and then just feed her scraps.
It's like here's your suck on this bone. We did not do that. so a half slab, though, I don't know how one half slab can be bigger than another half slab because.
Right. I mean, it's quality of meat and, simply
because there's more meat on the
portion.
bone. You mean it was because a half slab would still be. I mean, there's so many ribs, right?
Correct.
So unless there's some cattle that have more ribs, I don't think
Men cattle have more ribs than women cattle.
I think that's a myth.
Oh, really?
I think it is.
There you go. But the ribs were awesome.
Mm-hmm. And my barbecue sandwich was good. I don't mean to suggest that, but my red potato salad was really, really good. Lots of times you go to
these. It was like homemade.
Yeah, lots of times you go to these places and the sides, sometimes they've really forgotten about the sides and it's really all about the meat. And here I felt like the sides were really good and I was real happy about that. And maybe they buy them from Sysco. I have no idea, but they were very tasty.
It was better than anything I've ever had from Sysco ever, period.
Well, I don't know. And then our daughter, she got the macaroni and cheese as her side, and it was very tasty. So, and then our daughter's friend, she got the, it was called barbecue with C-U-E.
Q and Mac.
Q and Mac, that's right. Q and Mac, which was the barbecue on top of macaroni and cheese. And that looked really tasty and was such a huge portion she couldn't finish it. Right. So, I mean,
let's talk about the menu as a whole, what we saw on it. There was pulled pork, there was pulled chicken, which is what you got. Mm-hmm. I believe our daughter got pulled pork, so there was that variety as well. And I picked some off of her plate, and it was good as well.
It was good. Mm-hmm.
So that was truly awesome. The pricing structure was interesting in that, the main dish, either the sandwich or the mac-a-que and the ribs were reasonably priced. You're going, wow, that's not too bad. So sides. I almost said accoutrement.
Really? Do you mean accoutrement? I don't know. Condiments? I don't know.
Right. Well, no, the sides, right. They are priced separately as well. So if you want, a vegetable plate, you could go in and get that, and there's vegetables there. Mm-hmm. If you want, the side, we each got one side, and I left full.
Yeah. I thought it was good, but I don't think that I do think the food was good, but I don't think that's the real story for us about Friday evening there. I think the real story was the atmosphere for us. That's where we really sort of enjoyed it.
It is a new restaurant in Berea, so that means that lines are out the door. And that means that there's trouble finding tables, and that means that there's just an electric atmosphere in the place because people are trying out this new thing. And that was very true Friday night. We Well, one thing that was fun, as I do when you put your name, on
like at Starbucks
orders or whatever, I told them my name was Captain Hammer, and this guy came out and just yelled with our food, Captain Hammer! And people looked, and I went up, and that was pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. But then we sat down in this room full of people, and they were playing classic country songs. Delta Dawn, we sang that.
Conway Twitty's I'd Love to Lay You Down.
Islands in the Stream, and Waylon and Willie and the Boys, really 70s.
Yeah, George Jones.
Right.
Lots of Glenn Campbell, lots of 1970s. It really took me back to my childhood, riding along in the back of the car, no seatbelt, and the 8-track in the deck going on. So that's what it reminded me of.
We sang so much and we're having such a good time. I did hit record on our recorder. And here's a little bit of music that we did listen to, or that we listened to and did our table karaoke. Sing it. Be a day gone, memory from days gone by.
And did I hear you say, please meet me here in the take you to that mansion in the sky.
I don't know if you've seen that in a whole while.
What's that flower you have bought?
I know this song.
Be a day that
Rose from days gone by. And did I
hear you say,
please meet me here today? I know the song is associated with my grandfather.
And that was just wonderful because it was so crowded. People probably didn't hear us, but if they did, who cares? Right. And it just really, as we were eating this good food. So if you want a place that has that kind of atmosphere, it's a place to go. Mm-hmm. And it was the food, the good times. It was really a fun Friday night. It
was fun. Now it's really small. So a lot of people were carrying the food out. I mean, there were probably only 8 tables. I think it is not meant to be a come and sit all evening and listen to this music play kind of place. It is a kind of a quick and go. I think it is like that. So I don't want to give a misimpression.
Lots of people were taking things out. And I think that would be a great alternative in the future if we don't feel like going out. If we have like sides in the refrigerator or cans of just, vegetables in the cabinet, running down there, getting the main dish, a la ribs, and coming home, I think that would make a meal memorable.
I really like the sides. Even their green beans are tasty. Sometimes it's really hard to get good green beans out in a restaurant. I thought their green beans are tasty. So if I were to go back there, I would think the sides would be a huge pull for me. That would be. True. And some of it is we enjoyed it because we don't go out a lot on Friday nights. In fact, our rule as a family is we go nowhere on Friday nights because we're usually so grumpy and tired by the end of the week. We can't decide where we want to go.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. It's not just me. And we say not going out on a Friday night. We generally try to make that the rule because it's hard and we can't really make up our minds. And by the time you do, you're exhausted. But this was easy because it was new and none of us had already formed a negative opinion of it, which is sometimes what happens. We're like, no, I can't go there because this one time this thing happened. Can't go there. The setup, it's a converted garage. It was kind of small and close, and I thought I did think it had a nice atmosphere, and the music was super fun. So
absolutely. So there's our review of a trip to Smokin' Jack's Barbecue Shack. There'll be some pictures up on the website for you to look and see if that's what you like. Dilla, if they want to reach us and tell us about similar experiences or places that we should go to eat, where could they contact us?
Well, you can email Troy at troy@thebereapodcast.com or myself at della@thebereapodcast.com. And you can let us know if you've gone out recently and tried a new place, here in Berea or really any. I love food and I love to think about food and I love to talk about food and I love to try new food. So if there's something drivable and you say, hey, we've been down there, that's where we go sometimes, I'd love to hear about that.
Absolutely. We still have the Facebook page at the Berea Podcast over on Facebook. Like us over there. Until next week.
Bye.
Today is why I stay.